Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Drew's Food Reviews. And today there's not much going on out there, so I went to a place that's local in my town, and it's going to be another episode of What's Good. And I haven't been here in a long time. A little bit hot today, and this is probably not the best thing to be having, but there's a local place in my town. It's called Louise's Fish and Chips, and as you guessed it, they specialize in fish and chips. And I got an order of fish and chips, and I also got an order of onion rings. And they have a, old traditional English style restaurant where they got the, the deep fat fryer. And I got an order of, this is the fish and chips, guys. Normally I'm not a fish and chips person, but here we go. This is what you get. I got 3 big pieces of the fish and nicely breaded, as you can see. And also here's a typical fry. It's nice and crispy and kind of like, I guess it's kind of battered. And oh yeah, nice and crispy. I also got, sorry guys, it's the noise. I've got an order of onion rings. Wow. There you go. These are the onion rings. They're nice and crispy. They also gave me ranch sauce to go with the onion rings, and I've got tartar sauce and malt vinegar to go with the fish and chips. And as you can see, the bag, nice and greasy. If it doesn't get greasy, then it's not good. So I'm going to go ahead, and while these are still hot, I'm going to go ahead and open a ranch. Goes everywhere. For the onion rings, here's oh wow, find a good one here. All right, so here's a typical, it's a small onion ring, and it's still nice and hot right out of the fryer. And there we go, guys. Oh yeah, that's good. Maybe you can put ketchup on it, Oh man, nicely breaded, nicely crispy. That ranch. Oh man. These are some of the best onion rings I've had. They're very crispy in the batter. I like the batter that's like real crispy and not like that kind of gravelly kind. Man, those are good. Okay, so moving on to the main event. I also got plenty of napkins. This is greasy and messy, but it doesn't get greasy and messy. Doesn't belong on your face or whatever. Okay, so I got some malt vinegar. It's sweating in here. Right. These fries are good because they're battered as well as being like, they put a little bit of that fish batter in there. All right. Here we go, folks. Here's a typical nicely breaded piece of fish, and they're nicely, they're long strips, and all right. Normally I'm not a fish person, but I don't know, this one sounded good today. So I'm gonna try it just on its own. Oh man. nice, flaky, very crisp on that batter. It's not overly thick on that coating, so it's pretty good. Here's some tartar sauce. Fish go for a little swim. Here we go. Oh man, that's homemade tartar sauce, I think. I don't know. This was pretty good. It was 14 something all total. It was $4 for the onion rings, and it was like $5.99 for the fish and chips, but it's totally worth it. You can get individual pieces. They had calamari, they had other things on the menu, but oh man, this is like insane. I'm telling you, man. I hadn't been to this place in over like 30 years, and I went back a little while ago and tried them for the first time in 30 years, and I was like, wow. I mean, if you like, you know, a classic fish and chips like that's deep fried, I mean, you can get them some places. Wow. Put a little bit of this vinegar on it. It always makes the fish, a little bit of vinegar also helps the fries, give it a little bit of a tang. This was also called, back in the old days when I first moved here, this was called P.S. Salt's London Fish and Chips, and they kind of changed it over something else, but oh man, this is really good. Like I said, I don't get it that often. It's very, very greasy, very you know, filling. Once in like every 6 months I'll go here, and you know, just for the fish. Yeah, it's really good, guys. So that's kind of my go-to if I'm having a craving for a fish and chips. I go to my local fish and chip place. Now, I don't know if you guys have near you like a local go-to place that you go to, whatever your favorite thing is, like a burger place, Chinese food place, fish and chips, old style diner, that kind of thing. I've been trying to get out a lot more in my area and go to local places rather than the fast food chains, and kind of show you a little bit of a variety that I have in my town. So that's why I wanted to try and do this one, and that's what's good for me. So on my scale of 1 to 11, I have to say that their fish and chips rank an 11 out of 11. Because
this one goes to an 11.
They're really good. The French fries are good and nice and crispy, and the fish itself, even though I'm not a real big fish fan, once in a while I have a fish and chips because they're nice and flaky and crunchy like this one is. Also, the onion rings are some of the best onion rings that I've had, so I'll rate that 11 out of 11. So that's my take on this one of what's good in my local area. And wow, I'm telling you, oh, I could just have this ASMR and crunch it for you guys, I guess, if I wanted to. Maybe another time. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification bell, and that way you won't miss any future content or if I go live. And I'm going to try and bring you guys some other places from my town to just kind of get to know me a little bit better in future reviews of what's good. And hopefully I'll be able to get a couple more for you guys out there. So until next time on Drew's Food Reviews, when I'll be trying something new or good for you, and finish this off. That's really good. So till next time, everybody, when I'll be trying something new or good for you, I'll talk to you guys later. Cut. Take 2. Flavor fresh. This is not happening, people. Sorry. I guess the flavor packet doesn't want to open. There we go. All right, guys.